Okay, so let's jump right on into part two. She was warned not to, and the she is Emma Hollins, who by God is an enemy of mine, has been an enemy of mine, but to the world she is known as my earthly mother. She was warned not to, but she did anyway, said the Lord. Now, the Lord told me that word. She was warned not to, but she did anyways back in January of 2024. But she just took the bait Sunday, and now the Lord has given me the green light to uh, release videos and words that He's been giving me, and that some have been recorded. But let's get on into part two. So on part one, I left off on how I showed up that Sunday, like the guy had told me, who brought me the eviction papers to get my stuff. I called the police while I was waiting on Emma Hollins to pull up and asked them, uh, was it okay if I wait outside till she pull up so I get my stuff? Two police officers came out. They told me, yeah, because my stuff was still in the house, so technically I haven't been evicted out, and that is true. He was like, so you're not trespassing, right? Okay. So I also stated how you had to be from my town to know of Lisa Jackson, or some area around to know how close around to know who I'm talking about when I say Lisa Jackson. Her attitude is from hell. Some people call it what they call it, power scrub. Uh, yeah, she thinks she's untouchable. But let's get into it, because they made the mistake and let me keep my phone in my hand when they threw me into that police car, in the back of the police car. So I was upset, but I also recorded because God urged me to record that very moment. But let's get into it. So as I stated, I was trying to explain to her how I'm the one called the police. She told me, she said, shut up. And so that's when my enemy Emma Hollins lied to Lisa Jackson, because she know how Lisa Jackson is too. Everybody from Brookhaven know how Lisa Jackson is. So she took advantage of that opportunity. Come on, somebody. And she lied. She said the man told her if she come back up here, she going to jail. First of all, that almost makes sense. Because why would he say that if my stuff is still in there? That's dumb. But Lisa, she took it, she ran with it. She said, this was her exact words. She said, Sade, who gonna get the baby? Cause you going to jail tonight. And so, of course, I'm looking like dumbfounded. I ain't most thinking about, Lord, wait a minute. I didn't know I was gonna really have to go to jail. Now I knew what the word you said, but you didn't tell me I was gonna actually have to go to jail. Right? So, Lisa Jackson then comes over. I'm holding my son, who is still a baby. Um, I'm holding my son in my hand. He's 13 months. I think he's still my baby. In my hand, in my arms. She comes behind me and literally snatching my baby out of my arms. My baby crying. I'm upset crying. And she like, give me that baby before I call CPS. Like, girl, baby, listen. If she know like I know, she better repent and start praying. But anyway, let's go on. So then she snatched my baby out my arms. But let me tell you how Peter did, because this is how the Lord made me to look at the situation. One of the dudes that I called up there, one of the police that came up there and told me it was okay for me to sit up there and wait, came back when was one of the three police that came back once Emma Hollins arrived. Do you think he spoke up and told, well, we said it was okay for her to sit here? Peter didn't say nothing. Peter kept his mouth closed. Remember the real Peter in the Bible, he denied Jesus. The Peter in this situation, he kept his mouth closed. He didn't say nothing to try to defend me. He didn't speak up and say, well, we told her it was okay for her to sit here because she's not trespassing because her stuff is still in her. He didn't tell what they had just told me like an hour ago. So, boom, I get thrown into the back of the police car. The same one who came up there and told me it was okay, but who was also the same one who didn't try to take up for me when Lisa Jackson was snatching my baby out of my arms, right? So I'm crying in the back of the police car. I'm saying, so you ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't trying to take up for me. Not knowing all along, I forgot about the whole bait plan, baby. I'm like, what is it? I can't almost make a joke about it, but I don't forgot about the whole bait plan. I can almost realize in that very moment, girl, you got the victory. Your enemy just took the bait. I'm thinking, oh my God, my baby crying. I'm upset. I'm going to jail. And then I even told Emma how stuff. I said, you sitting up there lying. Because, baby, I was upset, honey. But anyway, so the police, because he knew he was wrong. So he was halfway quiet on the way to jail until I started recording. God urged me to record. God know I'm going to record it, baby. So, because they didn't put no handcuffs on my own. They didn't handcuff me. And they let me keep my phone. So I'm gonna share the video I got. It's coming. I'm gonna share it with the warning. I'm crying upset talking about it. He give me the phone. I act like I ain't hear. Cause now you want to talk, but when the opportunity, Peter, for you to talk, you ain't say nothing. You was quiet. You should have spoke up. But you know what? He couldn't. God wouldn't allow him to say nothing because it had to happen how it happened. Because the warning was if she goes trying to have me locked up again, she should surely die. So I had to go through that part. But you know what? The Lord also told me back in February, he gave me this word. And to be honest, I thought the word had came to pass months after. He reminded me of this word while I laid in the jail cell and cried my heart out to God behind that whole experience because I was missing my child. The Lord said the crossing before the crowning. He reminded me of that word, and I'm going to say it again. The crossing before the crowning. He gave me that word back in February, the end of January, 1st of February. And he showed and told me how, because he linked it to how they did Jesus, and they came against Jesus' innocent blood. Jesus didn't do nothing to them. During them whole 54 days, even before, I ain't do nothing to nobody. God kept my mouth closed on purpose during those 54 days. But I was being talked about, gossip about, lies spread, told, everything by my main enemy in my Hollins. But you know what the Lord said? He told me during those 54 days, he said, anybody put their mouth on you, they in trouble. So if you was one of the ones, she came too. Because, baby, everything was a bait from the beginning to the end. Everything she seen, everything she heard, it was all done with pure intentions by the Lord himself. Even to the point where the Lord told me to make up a fake act like I was talking to a dude named Anthony. Baby, I done downloaded a whole fake call app. Made it call my phone. It was all a bait. So God can round up all my enemies. Because if you opened your mouth and put your mouth on me, baby, by God, you are in trouble. It was all a bait. And he used my main enemy to draw you. So religious folks, y'all want to say, the Bible, because this is what Emma House said, the Bible said, honor thy mother and thy father. But the same Bible that you want to try to justify your actions about, it also says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. But we don't see those scriptures, huh? Yeah. Just know, if you was one of the ones that put your mouth on me, you're in trouble. Let's keep going.